Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I again brought one good topic for you guys. That is, what is a cavity wall? Basically, cavity wall is a wall which consists of two distinct walls for a single wall purpose, with a space or cavity existing between them. These two individual walls are referred to as the leaves of the cavity wall, with the inner wall known as internal leaf and the outer wall as the external leaf. Okay, so another term for a cavity wall is also as a hollow wall. Okay, so you also can call it as a hollow wall. So we are going to discuss the topic, that is construction of cavity wall basically. Okay, how we are going to construct it. So what are the things that to be required while constructing it? So basically it will not require you to create any specific footings, because normally for creating the wall we first put the footings, then we rest the columns, then there will be a beam and there will be a slab. That is the kind of frame structures will be there. But while we are discussing the things related to cavity wall, we need not create any specific footings for it, or we need not construct any footings. Okay, we can discuss we can in that sense we can think about it. And then if we'll go broadly, instead we can build it on a direct sturdy concrete base. Okay, it can be constructed on this concrete based. Then the construction involves creating two leaves resembling regular masonry with a required minimum cavity between them. There should be a cavity between them, and then we can create two leaves. Okay, this cavity often filled with a lean concrete sloped slightly above the ground level. Okay, then the weep holes spaced at the 1 meter intervals are incorporated at the bottom of outer leaf. So in the first we can say the page, I have described the figure from which you can take this thing very clearly. So you just go through the picture, because picture makes the things clear, we can visualize it very easily. Because in the curriculum there can be a question related to this, the construction of cavity wall, or someone who is doing in construction management, if they are doing the courses like wise, they can take help of this particular topic. So that's why I thought that we should discuss this in a brief manner, right? Then the inner leaf employs normal bricks. Okay, so for the inner leaf we can use normal bricks, while facing bricks are used for the outer leaf, each made of a different masonry. Okay, metal ties or rust proof steel wall ties connect the leaves with a maximum horizontal spacing of 900 mm and a maximum vertical spacing of 450 mm. Okay, so this is how we can discuss the things related. So now again one important topic related to cavity wall we are going to discuss, that is special points to be observed in cavity wall construction. So what things we should remember while constructing a cavity wall? The cavity wall should extend to 15 centimeter below the damp proof course level. Okay, so there is a damp proof course in our FD, we call it as a DPC, in short term we call it as a DPC level. So it should go 15 centimeter below that. Okay, then below ground level walls are constructed solid, or the cavity is filled up to 15 centimeter below the damp proof course with a fine concrete. Okay, then the third important topic or third important point is the damp proof course should cover both leaves of the wall extending below and above the cavity. Okay, this is also an important point. The upper part of the wall should be built solid for 2 or 3 courses below the wall plate or roof line to enhance the stability. Okay, the upper part of the wall should be built solid for a 2 or 3 courses below the wall plate or roof line to enhance the stability. Wall ties should be kept free from the mortar droppings using a suspended timber batten during the construction. Then the fifth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now sixth point is temporary openings at the ground floor level allow clearing of cavity mortar droppings daily. In exposed location, leaving a few vertical joints open at the bottom of the cavity adds water drainage. Okay. Then the ventilation, we can say ventilation in the cavity is recommended to prevent air stagnation and excess achieved through vents at the intervals. Ventilation in the cavity is recommended because it prevents the air stagnation and excess humidity. Also it achieves through the vents at the intervals. Okay. Solid jams at the door and window openings are permissible in a sheltered sites with a rough cast wall surface or with a vertical damp proof course. For exposed doors and windows, a trough or a gutter made up of lead, galvanized iron or other suitable material can collect water in the cavity. Okay, so below window sills, the cavity wall should not be built solid and a damp proof course is desirable at this point. So these are all the points which we need to be considered while constructing any kind of cavity wall. Now the last important topic which we are going to discuss here, that is where we can construct this kind of cavity wall or where we should construct this cavity wall. Both are the important aspect which we need to discuss. Cavity wall consisting of two masonry layers separated by an insulating cavity are integral in both residential and commercial construction. So it gives you two aspect, that is either you can use it in a residential construction and you can also use it in a public buildings, or we can call it as a commercial constructions, because their primary role is to enhance thermal insulation and soundproofing. Because you guys can understand nowadays everyone needs a silence place to work, so for that, from that aspect we need to provide every wall as a thermal insulating, because if there is a sound disturbing, or we can say the disturbing noises are there, we cannot work properly. So it also contributing buildings energies, efficiency and comfort. In I think in coming days it will be an important topic while constructing any kind of buildings, because it is giving you the energy efficiency and comfort also by providing this kind of walls. So here are the several key areas within a building where you can construct the cavity walls can typically implemented around door and window openings basically there, because from there on if you will put the doors open or if you will put the door close also, it is just providing you the barrier. Okay, doors and windows, they provide a barrier, or we can say we are providing it for the ventilation purpose, but for at the same moment from the glass there can be noises coming inside your house. So to restrict them in the same region surrounding doors and windows, cavity walls are crucial. These areas known as reveals, it means certain opening, so require careful construction to maintain the insulation, weather resistance and the structural integrity of the cavity wall system. Roof areas, implementing cavity wall in the roof helps in thermal insulation and soundproofing. Positioning between the roof rafters, this wall enclose a space filled with the insulative material, aiding to heat retention and enhancing the building's overall energy efficiency. Again, it can be provided near the parapet wall, because often extending above the roof line, parapet walls benefit significantly